Leading people is quite difficult. How do you handle stress as a manager or as a leader
Okay.
in a corporate environment like this?
So first and foremost, as a leader, you must. There's this technique I also teach people, which is the Pomodoro technique, where you'll be taking breaks as you work. So, for instance, for every I always say to people, self-care is not selfish. When you focus on yourself, believing and treating and, taking care of you is everything. You get it? It's not selfish at all. If you're getting unexplained headaches, pay attention to it, because then you realize that you're taking paracetamol or painkillers for the headaches and it's not going. It may be stress that's causing it. Another thing we can look at is speaking to someone is the number one thing. Talk about your issue. Don't suffer in silence. Okay, break that silence.
I hear that having some kind of social interaction with other members of the company also helps to boost your mental health, right? So it's not good to always be reclusive, stay at home all the time. Once in a while, just come around and get to meet other people.
Yes, and it helps with team bonding as well.
Correct.
Okay, it helps with team bonding. Sometimes also, you can have a time where there's probably at the end of the week or maybe once a month, there's probably like a health routine, done here, where it's physical exercises.
Okay.
Where probably everyone comes together, exercising, maybe Friday afternoon after work, we have a personal trainer coming, keeping fit, it really helps. Another thing could be also, some of the one company that I've worked with, they actually have a wellness room. Very cozy, comfortable room.
Okay.
They've got a massage chair in there. They've got some, mini beds in there. They've got some headphones plugged in, some rolling balls and things, where you can actually take a quick break from your table, walk in there. You can do a power nap in that place. Put the microphone on, the headphones on, listening to soothing music. A quick nap, like just a 20-25 minutes nap, can do a lot to you. It'll boost you, get you back up there. And then, it helps with productivity at work as well. Where you're not sitting for long hours. So there's this technique I also teach people, which is the Pomodoro technique, where you'll be taking breaks as you work. So, for instance, for every maybe 50 minutes of work, you take a 5 minutes break. So that 5 minutes is the Pomodoro. Okay. So if you are someone who can actually work longer hours, you can do probably like maybe 30 or 40, 45 minutes of work. That means you owe yourself 15 minutes break. You need to get up, get out of the chair, walk around. So you're taking these breaks and it really helps you get out of the building, some fresh air, all of these going to, boost your mental health. Okay.
So, Doc, you spoke about stress. Can you tell us more about that?
Okay, so what I said about stress is the response you give to any external cause, okay? So in a very pressured environment here, how you're going to respond when you're overwhelmed, when you're not able to cope, the pressure gets to you, okay? It can show itself mentally and emotionally. You can have an outburst, there's so many things that come out of it. So in the work environment like this, which is very highly stressful, we want to look at some symptoms and signs of someone actually going through stress.
Sure.
Sometimes you find that you're getting headaches. If you're getting unexplained headaches, pay attention to it, because then you realize that you're taking paracetamol or painkillers for the headaches and it's not going. It may be stress that's causing it. Another thing we can look at is increased heart rate. Okay. You find that you're having your heart beats, more than you usually will. You can have heart palpitations. It's a sign of stress. Another sign will be the body aches and the...
Can you explain the palpitation a little bit? I'm sure some people like to understand what it really means.
Okay, so the blood, the pump of the blood into your heart is actually is at an increased rate.
Even though you're not doing any physical exercise.
Because your body is stressed.
Okay.
Okay. It's beating more than it normally should.
Okay. Sure.
So checking your blood pressure is very important. These little health checks are very important. Checking your blood pressure to make sure that there's nothing underlying in there for you. You also find that you're very tired easily. Fatigue, that's another sign of stress. And most of the time, after you actually had a good rest or a good sleep, you're still feeling tired. It could be a sign of stress. Now, you realize that you're not sleeping too well, insomnia. There's loss of sleep or lack of sleep, or you're not able to sleep at all. You're just staying awake, throughout. It could be a sign of stress. Sometimes you might, that's why I always say, know yourself. If you are one who has had a very long pattern of that kind of sleep, it's fine. But if you're someone who really enjoys your sleep and all of a sudden you're not sleeping well, it could be a sign of something going on there.
Okay.
Pay attention to it. And then some people can get restless. You get it. And then irritable. Very little things just trip you off and you're just not in the mood. Certain mood swings and all that. These are things we need to look out for when it comes to stress. These are some of the things we can pick up when it comes to stress. And I want to chip in with the types of stress we have.
Okay.
There's acute, episodic, and chronic. Episodic, acute. So acute will be stress that comes out of a something that happens in a short time. Okay. So maybe you have to meet a deadline. That's going to cause you to be a bit stressed, right? After the deadline is handled, you come back to normal.
Okay.
So you can have a short bout of stress.
So that stress can take care of itself?
Wouldn't say take care of itself. There are definitely things you want to do to be able to help you cope through that time of meeting the deadline, okay? It won't just go away. Now, if you don't take care of it, it can then lead into the chronic stress, okay? So from the acute one, we have the episodic acute, which will be acute showing up in a lot more times, okay? So it's different episodes. And with the environment you find yourself, you're meeting deadlines.
Yeah.
You have to, the pressure is there. So you find that you'll be probably having short bouts of the stress, intermittently. That's episodic. It comes once in a while.
Okay.
Chronic is where you don't want to be. This one is just a long-term stress. You are stressed out for months, weeks on end.
Even after the pressure has ended?
Even after the pressure has ended.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, that is chronic. Then you are just, having a mental health issue going on there, a disorder going on there, where you need to seek help for.
Okay.
Okay? So these are the 3 types of stress and some of the signs that I've mentioned earlier.
Okay. I want to just chip in this question. So, leading people is quite difficult. How do you handle stress as a manager or as a leader?
Okay.
In a corporate environment like this?
So first and foremost, as a leader, you must be taking care of yourself. Make sure that you have a lifestyle that accommodates things like this. The things I was talking about earlier, like the Eisenhower matrix, the Pomodoro techniques and things like that, the boundary setting, it's time management. So you must, as a leader, you must be up your game with something like that.
Sure.
Another thing you want to also do as a leader is check in regularly. Maybe you can speak to a therapist once in a while, offload some of that stress from you, some of the worries and, things that you have to meet up. And another thing you want to do as a leader, delegate a lot more. Delegate. You can't be handling everything, being the powerhouse for everybody. Because once you're empty, you're not going to be able to fill anybody up.
Okay.
So you need to also take your breaks and take your time offs. Your paid leaves, make sure you're taking that. Go for the holidays, go for the vacation. You don't want to be Superman in the workplace. You will break down. So when you take those breaks, you're able to fill up. You're well, you're strong, you're healthy, you're, mentally, physically, everything okay. Then you can come back in and then you're functioning well.
Sure.
Because everyone is looking up to you. But the delegation is important as a leader.
Okay.
Knowing when to, and then, your boundaries as well.
Okay. So Doc is going to take us through how to seek help in such situations. Doc, what do you have for us?
Okay, so first and foremost, I can overemphasize, speak to a professional, okay? Speak to somebody that can understand what you're going through. Right now in Ghana, yes, there is a gap when it comes to mental health professionals as against the population. We're not there yet. It's not there, but gradually, I believe we'll get there. But there are avenues and channels where you can get help. There are lots of private clinics.
Okay.
Like I mentioned, Aruka I work for is one of the private centers you can actually seek help. There is a psychology department at 37 Military Hospital. There is the Accra Psych. There is also, I think, LECMA as well. So there's so many channels and avenues where you can speak to people. Then when we come to the Mental Health Authority, they do have a helpline, which we can share later after, where you can call and get help. For Aruka, I know they have the 24/7 helpline, for people going through any issue. So speaking to someone is the number one thing. Talk about your issue. Don't suffer in silence. Okay, break that silence. Now, if you're experiencing any of the symptoms that I mentioned earlier in the last 2 weeks or more, and you realize that you're not okay, you know yourself and you know when you're okay and when you're not. When you're feeling you're not okay, seek help, okay? Speak to somebody. And then we are here for you. We'll guide you through it. Be it therapy, be it medication, we are here to help you. So let's just seek help, basically. Just open up about what you're going through and be able to help you through.
All right. So, Doc, gratitude. How does gratitude help us prevent or manage mental health situations?
Okay, so it's very important that you celebrate yourself.
Okay.
A lot of people tend not to do that. And a little gratitude, showing it to yourself first and foremost, goes a long way. Okay. So the little wins, celebrate your wins. Okay. If nobody will do it for you, you should be able to do it for yourself. So gratitude is very, very important when it comes to, areas like your work environment you're in now. So being able to focus on what you have achieved is very important. Than always, sulking on the negatives and what's gone wrong. A lot of people tend to dwell and it leads you to worrying.
Okay.
Worrying is now going to lead you into what? Stress, depression, and all of those things. So showing gratitude is very important. Let's be grateful with what we have achieved and where we are. And then celebrating yourself. Like I said, celebrating the wins. Something as little as, and this helps a lot of people through therapy.
Okay.
When at the end of a working week, you buy your favorite drink, go home, chill that drink, just you alone.
Wait, I was going to ask, are you doing it alone or are you doing it with somebody?
Just you alone.
Okay.
Yeah, so this one is talk about you yourself, okay? Alone. Just sit down, maybe behind your TV or whatever, or by yourself, picking up that glass and just filling it up, and finishing it alone. It's therapy. It's really helped and worked a lot of people, and some people don't even get that little bit of gratification for themselves.
Okay.
You get it? And it doesn't have to be anything expensive. It doesn't have to be any, serious, thing, but something like a box of juice or something small.
Okay.
Just chilling it and enjoying it alone. Because we tend to always want to share and pour and be there for everybody. But thinking about yourself, self-care, you matter.
Okay.
Okay?
So it's not selfishness.
It's not selfish
Okay.
at all. I always say to people, self-care is not selfish. When you focus on yourself, believing and treating and, taking care of you is everything.
Yeah.
You get it? It's not selfish at all. So let's pay attention to that. And I always say to people that you have only one life. You get it? You don't have a spare. How you live this one life is everything. You cannot drop this life and pick another one up.
True.
It won't, we can't do that. So why would you want to just live it anyhow? No. So let's pay attention to these things. And then also, aside gratitude, trying to be positive, okay? Challenging your negative thoughts. We do a lot of that in therapy. Something we do called cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, where we try to change negative thoughts, restructuring your negative thoughts into positive thoughts. A lot of people are walking around negative.
So we are not deceiving ourselves by being positive?
By being positive.
Okay.
Not at all. So reconstructing your mindset, being more positive about things and focusing on the positive side of things rather than the negative side. These little things go a long way. Let's also try to keep our connections with people. You know, about the social interaction we mentioned about in the workplace like this. You know, with team bonding, you know, speaking up, you know, outings, you know, celebrating yourselves and your wins. It's very important. Now try to do one thing at a time. Take your time. You take as much time as you want with handling, you know, certain things or specific things so that you're not burned out. Okay. It doesn't become a burden on you and other people. You don't become a burden on yourself and other people. Okay. So let's do all these things. Structuring your life, your day with the techniques I mentioned earlier. Scheduling yourself, putting yourself in that schedule.
Okay.
Organizing yourself. Mentally has a long way. It has a lasting effect on you.
Okay.
Mentally. I tell people as well, cleaning your room. Something about just tidying up your environment. Clean and tidy. It helps.
Not having too many things scattered all over the place.
Yeah. No, clutter. You need to declutter.
Okay.
You know, declutter your room, your kitchen, the ladies here, your environment, you know, and taking care of yourself, grooming, okay? Having your hair neatly done, your body, you know, well kept and groomed. The men, you know, shaving nicely, you know, just looking attractive and nice. In that alone, it helps with your mental health. So these little things go a very long way that will help us all. So let's do that. Other things I want us to look out for is physical regular exercises. Right, I mentioned about company having a day where we go out and we are exercising together. It's very important. As little as a 30-minute walk will do it. Now, we also have a lot of apps now which are promoting exercises in like 7 minutes, 5 minutes in the comfort of your home. Don't need to step out into the gym. Let's do that. Because now we are older. No one is going to be, you know, sitting or adding into your routine. You know, when we're little in school, PE is part of school.
Yes.
Now you are older, you're mature, you're taking care of yourself. No one is done to add PE to your schedule, but you have to add it to it because it would help you. So let's try and get healthy by exercising. Another thing you want to do is eating well, having a balanced diet. I understand a work environment like this may tend to have you eating odd hours, maybe going home late and eating. But in between at the workplace, have a bowl of fruit if you're allowed. You know, step out to, you know, eat something, you know, raw and healthy, you know. So let's look at all these things. They go a long way to help. And then especially for the leadership at work here, they need to pay attention to this, okay? Healthy eating, a healthy lifestyle, a healthy diet. Make sure also that you're sleeping well. Enough sleep.
Concerning the healthy diet, can you list some diets some foods I think are healthy for us? Because now a lot of things we are taking processed foods and all that, right? Fast foods.
Yes, that's so true. I like that you're talking about that. Just recently, I've challenged myself to do this raw food diet.
Okay.
So I've been doing it from the beginning of the month, and I'm seeing a lot of changes with myself, me personally. And I've gotten my family and everybody's on board now, trying to eat healthy. So basic things like the fruits and the vegetables.
Okay.
Have your bananas, your mangoes, your pineapples, you know, but you want to blend it with some vegetables because there's a lot of sugars in these fruits. So you can have the carrots. You know, another challenge I've done for myself in this month, every day I'll eat a bowl of salad. Okay? So picking up some lifestyles like this. So in terms of the vegetables, and in Ghana, we can just have this very healthy food. Something like abom,
Okay.
made with kuntumre, and this is a very healthy food. You know, the turkey berries. There's another name for it, I can't remember now. You know, in something like that, it's very healthy for us. We have a lot of food in Ghana that's very healthy. So switch up, ditch the processed foods and all of that. They're not helping you.
No fast foods.
No fast foods. Well, I wouldn't want to push us to the wall.
Okay.
Because I believe that's what some people are living on. But try as much as possible to add on the fruits and the raw vegetables
Okay.
to your diet. It's very important.
Sure.
Okay. So let's do that. Then very lastly, we have some relaxation activities we can do. I wish I could take you through one. It's a breathing exercise. We'll do that. Okay. So also be engaging in hobbies like swimming, dancing, you know, sightseeing, going around. You know, some people are stuck in their homes 24/7. They don't go anywhere. They don't travel anywhere out of Accra. What they know is their neighborhood and their work. It's not really, you know, sightseeing is very good. Going out there, fresh breath, outside of Accra, out of the busy schedule, the busy hustle and bustle. It's important. Get out there, take a trip on the weekend. You come back, you're refreshed. Okay? So let's look at all these healthy lifestyles that will promote a good mental health. Now, I wanted to do the relaxation activity. The breathing exercise? Okay, so can we sit up? Harrison, yes, just sit up.
Okay.
Yeah? And then relax, okay? Relax. So we're going to do this technique. It's the 4-7-8 rule technique, where we're going to be taking deep breaths. I'm going to count with you. And on the very last one, you're going to say the word calm.
Calm.
Okay? Now, so you're going to take a deep breath, and count to 4. Breathe out. Take another deep breath, count to 7 this time. Breathe out. And the very last one, take a deep breath and count to 8. Breathe out. Say the word calm. Calm. Okay? It really helps you to relax. So even behind your desk, going through that stressful moment, take a moment and then do this 4-7-8.
4-7-8.
Yes. Then you say the word calm. Do as many times as you can. It helps with anger management as well. We give this technique to those who are going through anger issues. Okay, so this technique really helps you to calm and be relaxed, and do it as many times as possible. In the home, in the work, anywhere you find yourself. You know, you can do it internally, so it's very easy. Yeah.
So, Doc, your final words for us.
Okay. So I want us to look at the importance of maintaining, you know, a healthy work-life balance. Having that balance will go a long way, improving your mental and physical health. We've spoken at length on that. At the end of the day, it's going to be improving productivity here at the workplace, and then job satisfaction. Okay? We also want to look at the relationships we have. It's going to get stronger. We're going to have stronger bonds with people. Another thing, we want to look at the positive organizational culture.
Okay.
In this space is definitely going to be, you know, enhanced. Okay? So I also want to say that self-care is not selfish. You matter. Take care of yourself. Your mental health is everything. Your mental health is your mental wealth. So do take care of it. And ultimately, we're going to have a very positive work environment. And in the long run, it's going to give us a better, you know, country where we find ourselves in. Yes.
Thank you so much. I've learned a lot from this podcast. Today's conversation is a reminder. You are not a machine. You are not a KPI. You are a person. So do what to take care of your mental health.